wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello and welcome, midlifers. We are your hosts, Fonz
and Mez.
And this is our weekly podcast where it's not self-help but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia, laughter and a deep dive into the past.
Fonz, this week our theme is weddings. We're going to start off with Don't Be a Dick at a Wedding. And we've got a new segment called Do You Remember 80s Wedding Fashion? And Besties this week, the best weddings that there have been in history.
So let's jump in. Got a pain in your back
That stops you in your tracks.
when you think your outfit's gold.
But your kid just thinks you're old.
It's a midlifer moment. And today, Mez, it's my midlifer moment.
What you got, Fonz?
Well. My kids have been invited to a lot of birthday parties this year. It's a eventful year. And you know when you feel like you're just nailing everything, you're writing everything down in the calendar, and I wrote this particular birthday party down.
Yeah.
Got my daughter ready, went to the place, went to the counter, we're here for this birthday, and she was like, we have no one of that name here.
Wrong place.
Wrong day. And she checked, she goes, oh, it's tomorrow. And I'm like, oh, God. And she goes, don't worry, it happens all the time. I go,
that's
okay.
good
So
to
I looked
know.
at my daughter. I go, we'll come back tomorrow. Mummy, take you out for a baby chino. And she threw a tantrum.
I was about to say, how does she react?
So I go, how much is it? She goes, $14 to get in. I'm like, I'm not paying that. And so my daughter's crying and she's threw herself on the floor and the girl goes, I'll give it to you for $7.
Oh,
I go,
okay.
I'm in. Child, get in.
Come, child.
So
At least it was before. It would have been bad if it was past.
yeah, so fast forward now to the birthday party.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And my child is loving the playground. I've gotten confident with it because we were there from yesterday. Anyway, so they did the party cake, the birthday cake, and she runs out to the playground. And I'm still talking to the parents. I go, she should be right. So I'm talking to parents. I go, I better go check on her.
Yeah.
I couldn't find her in the playground. I couldn't find. And next thing I know, the lady who was working at the front was holding my daughter, and my daughter's in absolute tears.
Oh.
And I go, come here. And I was judged by this old man for losing my daughter. She was looking for you. I was like, all right, calm down. She's fine.
Was this the indoor play centre?
It was an indoor play centre, a small one, and I was judged.
No.
This old man, he judged me.
Go away, old man.
Oh
That's
my
what
God, I
indoor
felt
play-
terrible.
No,
And-
indoor play centres are chaotic. That's why they're enclosed. They'll be in there somewhere.
Oh my God, I felt like parent of the year.
Well, there was two.
The opposite.
There was two follies in 1 day, in 2 days.
In
sorry.
24 hours, and I'm done.
Yeah. You giving
I'm
up?
done.
I'm giving up
Done.
parenting.
Oh my God, I need a holiday. So that's my midlifer moment, and I don't want to ever go back to it.
So you look like a dick to me. So everybody, just listen to me. This is how not to be a dick.
Don't be a dick.
Fonz.
Yes,
Dicky weddings.
I do.
All right, we're talking don't be a dick at weddings. What are some of the things that people should not be doing that they are doing that are annoying and pissing people off?
Well,
Shoot.
all right. I've written, don't wear white if you're a guest. Oh, you don't think?
Controversial. Really? To me it is because, okay, I feel like you can wear white as long as it's like not a bridesy dress. I think it's okay.
I still have guilt. I went to a person of my past wedding and I wore this ivory dress with black spots through it. I
Yeah.
still have guilt that I wore ivory to a wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've worn white, but not like maybe just a white blouse or something.
How dare you, a blouse?
It was a white something. I don't
Blouse.
know, a blouse.
But,
yeah.
you shouldn't outshine the bride.
Yes, you shouldn't outshine the bride.
Yeah.
So I get that rule, but I think if it's not in the traditional bride sense, it's okay.
What if the mother-in-law wears white?
No.
Ooh.
No, because they're wearing
that's
fancy
dicky.
stuff. Yes,
That's
that
a
would be
dick
very
move.
dicky. And I have heard of incidents of the past of the mother-in-laws or, the mother of the brides.
Imagine if I do that. I remember doing a podcast of this. I'm going to be a dick to my son's wedding.
One of my first ones I had in mind. Don't be a dick and drink too much at a wedding and vomit at a wedding.
Don't vomit on the bride's shoes.
Yes, that's.
I don't know.
think that should go
when you
without
drink too much and vomit.
Yeah.
Like not. Oh, yes, I've seen this happen.
What?
Someone vomited under the bridal table.
Oh,
They had to hide the bucket under there.
Oh, okay. Oh. So I was thinking, I feel like in the 90s, I was at a wedding like every month. It seemed like all my cousins.
Yes, I remember this.
Yes, I was always at a wedding. And I think my older brothers, and they were sort of at starting to drink age, but not knowing how to handle the alcohol. And I remember hearing stories that they'd been throwing up in the men's bathroom, but like with the big vomit everywhere. And I was just thinking, poor people have got to clean that up, you know?
Yeah, the poor 15-year-olds who work at these function places.
Yes, so I understand, and especially Croatian weddings, the alcohol and the rakia is aplenty. So people get tanked.
I remember at your wedding and my mum drunk the rakia. Did you carry it around your neck or something? And my mum drunk it. I'm like, whoa, it's going to be a big night tonight.
It's rocket fuel. So yes, there are plenty of drunk people, but it's like fine, but just you don't have to go to that.
Don't need to go overboard to the point you're sick. Know your limits, know your boundaries.
Yes, yeah.
Hey, what about heckling? What about heckling during the best man speech?
I have had that. I've been to a wedding where the best man was heckled by the father of the bride. It was a terrible speech and he was a bit of a dick, so I was kind of glad it happened. But we're all watching thinking, this is like the worst speech ever. And the father of the bride started heckling him to get off. Oh, it's terrible. What's your heckle? What's your heckle story?
I want to say it. Well, it was at my wedding.
Yeah.
And my dad was the MC for the wedding. I feel terrible. But because I love these people so much, this person so much. Anyway, I was giving a speech and he said something about with the term 30% in it. And my dad goes, if only your speech was 30% less. And the whole crowd just laughed. And for weeks and months afterwards, people would say that was the best line of the day.
Very good. So that heckle was good.
It was a good heckle.
Okay.
But to someone's detriment.
Okay, so don't be a bridezilla.
I had that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
So talking about it from the bride's point of view. Luckily, I haven't known any, or have I? So I think there's more what I see online and that sort of thing. It's because it is a bride's day, and really, you think
she's the main character of the day.
Yes, and you've been dreaming of this. A lot of girls, or I know I dreamt of being a bride since I was little. So you finally get your day in your glory, and you can see how it can go to people's heads. But you got to remember that the people that you have in your bridal party are the people that love you. They're not there to...
They're not your servants.
No, they're not your servants. So
I remember I was stirring you up at my wedding. I'm the bride.
I do.
I relished in that. I'm the bride.
Oh, it wasn't stirring, was it?
It was stirring.
Okay, I didn't...
Yeah, I wasn't doing it on purpose. Jeez. I'm the bride.
I'm the bride.
Oh, wow. So you thought I was doing it on serious?
Half.
Oh, my God. No, I was stirring.
Okay.
Yeah. Oopsie doops. Actually, speaking of that wedding, I was on with like posing for photos.
Yeah.
I'll never forget at the Hyatt when we were having our photos. So I was all positioned, ready to pose. And the photographer goes to the groom. All right, come closer. Now bob down. He had to bob down behind me while I pose. So it was a beautiful shot.
That was the key for that one.
Oh, God, yeah. But don't be a bridezilla because that could hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
And they will not let it go. Don't hook up with the bride or groom or any other.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
It's like in Muriel's wedding. Remember when one of the girls hook up with Chook?
Yeah. Or the song playing at disco was just imagine church corridor and can't help but think the poor groom's bride is a whore.
I'm charming.
Haven't you people ever heard of closing the goddamn door? No.
Yes.
I think for the bridesmaids and the groomsmen, like, if they're single, that's a great hookup opportunity.
Go for it.
Oh, weddings were great. I never really hooked up, but I said in the 90s when I was in my teens, I went to weddings all the time. And our weddings, I swear, I feel like those days, there were like 300 or 400 people weddings.
Oh, okay.
They were massive. So there was always new guys to check out. The only question is, are they related?
Oh, does it matter if you don't ask? Don't ask, you don't know.
Hey, cuz.
Red light, green light. You go first.
Okay. Don't turn up without a gift. Was that what you were going to say?
Yes.
Okay.
Keep going.
Because we actually had this at our wedding.
Oh.
And someone turned up without a gift. I still remember this. We got married about almost 15 years ago. And it was a card. Then in it said, I owe you. And that was it. We never got that I owe you back. That's all I came with.
Can I say?
Yeah.
We just realised, so we put in the card for our friend's wedding, the same one that did the speech. They got married the same year as us and go, we're going to take you out for dinner. That's going to be our gift. And the other week, my husband goes to me, we haven't taken him out for dinner.
You're the dick.
He's the dick.
Okay. It's not me.
So I was like, organise it. It's been, how long have I been married for now? 2 years? It's been 2 years since we've made that promise. So, yes. Oh,
get onto it.
Yeah, I was like, come on, man.
Get cracking.
But also on that, for some reason, I don't know if it's a dick thing, but if you're attending a destination wedding, do you need to bring a gift?
I would feel like no.
If I am the gift.
Yes.
My presence is your present.
I am the gift. Enjoy me. Yeah, I feel like it's a big ask to have people to come. So
yeah, you shouldn't really expect a gift because you're spending thousands of dollars
to get there.
Can I say one more along the lines of your card with the IOU?
Yeah.
If you're going to write a wedding card, use pen. At my first wedding, someone wrote in texter, and then the texter ran out, and they finished it off in another colour texter. So be organised.
That is like a last minute scrambling.
It was bad. It was all in caps and yeah, I'll never forget it. I hope I kept it somewhere in
a sign.
Hey, I've heard this happen. Don't ask your bridesmaids to lose weight.
Oh, that's
this has actually happened to someone I know, a distant person that I know.
Wow.
Yes.
Harsh.
Don't do it.
If that was the case, I'd be like, you know what? Don't need me then. You don't want me the way you want me?
Do you want me as I am?
Take it or leave it.
Because I can't lose weight. I eat when I'm stressed.
And you're stressing me out right now.
Stressed. Oh, don't be a dick. An RSVP to the wedding.
Oh, yeah.
You remember the amount of times I have to call people the week before going, are you coming to the wedding?
Can I give you...
go.
I did RSVP to both weddings of yours.
Thank you.
But your most recent one, I think I said I lost the card, but I saw it fall beside the fridge. But
You couldn't be bothered picking it up.
No, you didn't mail it. No, I'll tell you, I'm coming.
Do you want the card from Memoir?
What have you done with the cards?
I didn't have for the. I kept them. I keep them and I read through them sometimes. Not all the time.
Let me write you a little note right now. Yes, I will be there. Hold on.
No, because you write. I think we wrote something else.
Yes. Here you go. Yes. Oh, there you go.
Don't be a dick.
Do you remember
80s wedding fashion? Puffy sleeves, taffeta, ruffles, voluminous gowns. 80s weddings fashion. I remember it so vividly and with such love in my heart for it.
See, I used to have hatred in the 90s looking back to the 80s fashion.
Yes, me too.
But now, we've had time to appreciate it. I love it for its ugliness.
Yeah.
I don't think it's
Is
good.
it ugly though?
Yes.
Or because
yes, I think
I used to think it was ugly. I used to hate the 80s for the makeup, the perms, the fashion. But now I look back at it and go, it's got a special place in our hearts.
it does. But to me, it's like, something's cute because it's ugly. That's how the 80s fashion seems to me. Feels, yes.
Yeah, I can't imagine wearing a puffy sleeve dress to a wedding.
No. And that's
my own wedding.
That sounds like, it's a taffeta. Like, yes. Let's say be walking down the aisles.
Well, a groom's in parachute. But one thing I look back at is like the hairstyles
Okay.
and the perms and the teased hair
teased.
and the baby's breath flowers in the hair.
Yes, I was going to say it's very fresh flowers in the hair.
Yes.
That sort of thing.
Yes. And curls. I love curls, whether it be a perm, the hot rollers, and the brushed. I remember this. I was a flower girl at my auntie's wedding.
Yeah.
And my hair, I've got so much hair, and I had so much hair at the time, and it was so buffy. And I remember having a buffy hair style.
They probably buffed it up even more.
They buffed it up more. And I remember the hairdress. Oh my God. I remember the hairdressers.
Yeah.
And they were talking amongst themselves like, we can't curl her hair. It's going to go like a bloody thing. I remember listening to this going, oh my God, I'm only 11. Oh, don't miss that.
I wasn't, unfortunately, a bridesmaid or anything like that. And I sort of had to look back through photos and online for that era. But yes, taffeta is what I had. An apricot. I feel like apricot colour.
The
was-
bridesmaids.
Yes, the bridesmaids.
Yes.
Yeah. It was very
Yes. Yes, it was. Also, I remember Guns N' Roses. Did you have this?
big. November Rain.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it November Rain where the bride wore a top hat with a veil, or it might have been at Slash's real wedding?
Oh, okay.
And the bride wore a top hat with a veil.
Ah.
And that was very rock
It
and
was
roll.
very rock. I was thinking of November Rain where Axl Rose married some supermodel. And she had but that was a bit more 90s. But I did put it down for the next segment for iconic weddings, even though it wasn't. It's like something that I
Was
remember.
November Rain the 90s?
Yeah, I think it was like
I thought it was
92.
80s.
No, it's close.
Feels like that. But yeah, but that whole mullet dress, it was kind of
Yes,
short at the front
yeah.
and long at the back.
Yeah.
Oh, also,
Yes.
photos of brides posing with a ciggy. So they're like the cheeky photos.
Yeah.
And like they always sit in the garden, like Alexander
Having a
Gardens or
ciggy,
whatever. Yeah.
We're going to talk about the grooms as well.
Oh, yeah.
'Cause I feel like a grey, that sort of grey silver suit.
Yes.
That would have been, and white suits as
A cummerbund.
well. Yes, a cummerbund, and that
Yes.
ruffly
Yes.
thing that goes
and
there.
they'd have to have a, what's that, pocket square.
Yes.
It was hot pink.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember that. And the what's that flower called? The boutonniere? The boutonniere flower?
Boutonniere?
Yeah, I know. I got married just recently.
Okay.
Like, I remember these things. Yeah, you have a whole array of baby's breaths.
Okay.
There's a lot of baby's breath.
People's breathing all over us. And they would have this, similar with the tuxes, like they could have that long
Oh, the
tail at the back.
tails.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't good, was it?
It wasn't. That's
Another thing, the hairstyles, the men would have peroxide through the front of their hair and a perm.
Oh, yeah, perms. Yeah. They
God.
joined in.
Hey, Mez.
Yeah.
Do you remember the cakes and have stairs
Yeah.
and a
God.
waterfall?
Don't remember waterfall.
Oh, I remember it. Like it'd be several tiers
Yes,
of cake.
yeah.
And they have these plastic stairs and blue waterfall.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that.
At the
I can
reception
see it.
centre.
Yeah. I can
Oh,
see it in my mind's
goodness.
eye. And I feel like the bridesmaids. Oh, stockings. Stockings were a big thing as well.
Yes, and I put down hoops, wearing a hoop under the dress
Oh,
as a
yes.
bridesmaid or as a flower girl.
Yeah.
The hoops were big.
Hoops. It's all big.
Yeah, big.
Puffy gloves.
I don't remember gloves. Oh, I do remember the sleeves that came down to the wrist in a point.
Oh, yeah.
And the sequins and the beading.
Yep.
It was elaborate.
Love heart neck.
Oh, yes, the
necklines
love heart
too.
neckline. What about Princess Diana's dress?
Oh, yes.
It was very poofy.
Yeah, same thing. I can appreciate the style. Do I
Yeah.
love it? No.
But can I tell you that Chanel, their 24-25 haute couture shows, they have 80s bridal wear coming back.
Oh, really?
Yes, so they had crystal sequins, just that whole 80s fashion coming back.
Oh.
So whether in another 5 years' time we're going to see it back in Raphael Chilka
Yep.
on the windows, look
Might
out
be
for
there.
it. It might be there.
Maybe for your next wedding.
There's one of the best weddings I've attended was with you.
Ah.
And I think it was your old manager from TGI Fridays,
Yeah,
and she
yeah.
got married at, was it Mont Salvat, the
Salvat,
winery?
yeah.
And what made it the best wedding was it was authentic and it was true love.
Ah.
I think we both loved that wedding because it was just love.
I loved it because the occasion is very different. because it's actually they have an artist studio there.
Yes, peacocks
and like really old school chapel.
It was like a medieval
yes.
style inside too.
Yeah, very unusual.
Thanks for inviting me, by the way.
That's
It was
all right.
lovely. That was one of the best weddings I went to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did love it.
Yeah, because it was a buffet. It was a buffet. And then curry. Who was it? A famous chef actually organised. I remember talking about this in a meeting. A famous chef, whether it was Ian Hewitson, our go-to guy. Ian Hewitson did, I think, prepare or organise the food for her wedding.
Really?
I remember discussing the chef.
Oh,
yes. It was delicious. I remember curries and this and that. Oh, I've never had this.
I don't remember any of that. I remember drinking and her brother was about age, sitting opposite us, staring at my boobs, and I kind of liked him too. So it's like,
and I was like, oh.
you were just in there, they're eating your curry.
I was eating a curry looking at the peacocks. Oh gosh.
All right, so my best weddings aren't actual. I was actually thinking best weddings like famous weddings and stuff. I wasn't actually thinking about real life ones. Okay, now
I haven't been to a famous wedding. Do tell.
I haven't been to shit, man.
Apparently in the 90s.
No, I thought we were going to look at famous weddings of the past.
I can look at famous weddings of the past.
All right, well, I'll tell you what I've come up with.
Okay.
For us in Australia, the royal weddings, particularly, for our generation, William and Kate and Harry and Meghan. They're huge.
I loved Meghan's dress. It was very
so like
slimline.
Kate's dress
slimline
better.
New York. Yeah.
Because that's,
It was that whole slimline New York style of dress, whereas Kate's was very elegant.
I loved it with the lace and everything. So that was, huge. And I remember at night, and even like I remember Queen Mary.
Oh, I remember watching her wedding. I was in bed with my mum.
Say what?
My parents have a TV in their bedroom.
Really like
and and Mum was watching it in the bed, so I sat on the bed with her and watched Mary get married
at a safe distance.
Do you remember? Do you remember? We went to our friend Erin's house for Camilla and Charles' wedding, and we had like a bar. I remember sausages for some reason, eating sausages. Whether it be a sausage roll or a sausage.
I feel like any of these past memories, Fonz will be able to tell us what we ate on the day. I don't remember. All I remember food. All I remember is watching it, and I don't remember anything else but watching it, sitting on the couch, watching it, and thinking, because we never sort of really liked Camilla growing up because she was always the other woman.
Yes.
But in the wedding, they seemed happy, and it was the first time I thought, oh, they look happy. Yeah.
Well, they should have gotten together in the first place. Yeah. There's another episode, hey?
Yes, episode 2. Listen to that.
The sluts we marry.
All right, so I had that.
Yeah.
I had Prince Diana. So we talked about Prince Diana. November Rain. Posh and Bex. That was another big one.
Oh.
Do you remember
Did she have a top hat or did she have a mullet dress? She had a mullet dress, I think.
remember purple. I remember this from the David Beckham documentary.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the David Beckham?
No, we don't have Netflix. I was relying on my brother for Netflix. And since Netflix cut it out,
Fonz, a person of our age, you gotta watch it.
Really?
Yes, it's all about. He's just beautiful in it, and you forget how beautiful he is, and you just watch it anymore because he's beautiful.
As in physically or as a person?
He's got a bit of a soft voice.
He actually seems like a really nice person, but
I
I'm
remember
talking physically. It's actually really, really good.
Okay, I'll go to my brother's house and watch it.
Matching purple.
Oh, yes. Purple's ringing a bell.
Yeah, really.
Can I piggyback onto that? And Gwen Stefani, her first wedding, she was in pink, hot pink.
Oh, okay.
So she had this, I think it was Dolce & Gabbana, and she had this hot pink gown.
Oh,
She was, I love her fashion. And then for her second wedding, kind of like me, she had more, she had cowgirl or cowboy boots under her dress because she married that country and western singer. So she went, I just find her fashion iconic.
Yeah. Okay. Another one that was big that I sort of remember, Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes.
Ah.
Do you remember that? They got married.
Was Suri born?
Suri was born.
Yes.
It was in a big castle in Italy.
Yes.
It was huge, and she had this tiny little baby fringe, and it's like, why would you cut this little baby fringe? But yeah, Suri was...
For some reason, I have this memory of her just looking out the window.
Maybe she was...
And she was regretting what she was doing.
To escape.
But it's like that, the royal wedding. What's his name?
Monaco?
Yes. And the bride escaped to the airport.
Oh, really?
And she was at the airport and they got her and she had to get married that day.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because I think she was from South Africa.
Yeah. They're still together, though.
Yeah, but she looks very, very frail and sick now.
Yeah.
Poor love. So imagine that. Like you try to escape and then you can't get dragged back.
Bring him back.
Oh, my God, that poor girl.
This one I know you're not going to relate to because you're not a Friends fan.
Ding, 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 ding.
But
Who?
for anyone that does watch Friends, I've watched Friends many times. The wedding where Ross marrying Emily and Rachel appears and he says Rachel's name. This is how they finish the
Scandal.
season. Yes, and they finish it and the priest is like, do you want to continue, Ross? Do you? And everyone's looking at each other like, ooh. That was huge. That was in
See, I never watched Friends.
Friends heyday, so
Yeah, but that's
where
quite
Friends.
shocking to hear.
Yes, yeah.
Imagine if the groom did that.
Saying your ex's name.
Oh, God.
not doing well.
That's a bit awkward.
And recently, but this one I didn't really partake in because I'm watching the Kardashians and the...
Oh, yes. Which one?
what's her name?
Courtney?
The one with the Blink 182 guy.
Yeah, Courtney.
Yeah.
And Kim was like, you copied my wedding.
Oh, really?
She's got the same. She's got Andrea Bocelli and she's been married in Italy and Dolce & Gabbana. And like,
Shut up,
no
Kim.
one could relate to this. Like,
I know.
your sister got married. Be happy for her.
Yeah.
But then Courtney argy-bargied back because, so Kim had to stay quiet during the wedding, but she ended up doing a business deal with Dolce & Gabbana and releasing her own line through Dolce & Gabbana. And this was all organised during Courtney's wedding. So Courtney was cut at Kim. Far out. Imagine you did that to my wedding. I'm the bride. What are you doing?
Anchor, man. We could have done it with the Anchor deal. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh,
Anchor,
damn it. I'll have to get divorced again then, don't I? Chop.
They're the sort of ones I had in mind.
I'm trying to think because I went through personal weddings. But look, I have to say, what makes...
Australian history, Scott
and Charlene. Baby's breath, perm, braid.
Yes. And what was the song, Angry Anderson, Rose Tattoo?
No, especially for you. Far out.
Suddenly you're hearing me, sing
Just
this is
the way I am to you. Suddenly.
I don't know the words.
And then I picture Angry Anderson in the grand final in his little Ford Capri going around.
Anyway. So dialing back. Yes, that was.
Oh, yeah, that was an iconic. I don't remember. I remember watching it, but I don't remember it. Probably because I didn't have food to link it to. But look, what I wanted to end with was what makes weddings the best. It's authenticity. It's true to the couple. Love dominates and you feel the couple's energy.
Yes.
And that is what makes it the best wedding.
Yeah. Fonz,
Yes.
by the power vested in me, I now pronounce this podcast finished.
Amen. And please come and like and subscribe and follow us on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube.
And our socials.
See you next week.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Suddenly you're hearing me, just the way I am.